Hello, hello, Sagi Joe. Uh, Hopefully your day went well. Mine's went pretty well. I wanted to talk about something. I don't think I mentioned it yesterday. So my nieces, when they first immigrated to Canada a couple of years ago, the older one, she asked me, "Hey, I like to read. What's my favorite book?" And I said I love Harry Potter, and she tried reading it. I guess just for the sake of maybe trying to have a conversation she can have with me, and she didn't initially like it. And I also kind of felt her in that way too. I mean, I read Harry Potter when I was young, but I know that's not for everyone. So sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it's not her genre. I actually thought it wasn't her genre because she liked the Wings of Fire series, and that's more like myth. It is like more fiction, more fantasy. Doesn't involve real people. So maybe I thought, hey, maybe she doesn't like characters that involve human beings. Maybe she's more into fiction, fantasy that's involves animals. Maybe main characters unicorns and stuff like that. I mean, one of their favorite shows was My Little Pony, right? So it's I was cool with it. That's kind of whatever. And then she comes up to me recently and she said, "Hey, I read the Harry Potter series and she liked the first one, liked the second one, and we had like probably an hour long convo of Harry Potter. Of course, she was asking a lot of questions, and I was trying to answer them as best I can. And she made a comment. She's like, "I know why I didn't like Harry Potter in the beginning," and I said, "Why?" And then she was like, "Oh, now my mic is focused properly. Damn it." Okay, I don't know if you are gonna be able to hear that first minute, like 2 minutes, but who cares? So she was like, she was like I hated the Dursleys. That's why I didn't like the beginning of the series. And she was like, yeah, that's why I didn't like Harry Potter because it always starts with the Dursleys. She was going off how much she hates Dudley, and that does put into um, what's the word? Like it puts into perspective how well written some of the characters were because my niece who's 11 reading Harry Potter, at least when she was starting when she was 9, she hated the Dursleys, and I think that's good writing. If you end up really disliking a certain character, it it does show your prowess as a writer, but you're able to set that mood. You're able to set sort of a protagonist antagonist dynamic, and you're able to write a character that can be very universally disliked and have a lot of traits that people in general don't are not fond of, and then you have characters of people who may have they have characteristics that people are fond of. So people rooted for Harry, and people did not like what the Dursleys were doing. If anything, the Dursleys were honestly borderline abusive. No, I don't think it's controversial to say they were pretty abusive with how they treated Harry. So it was an interesting conversation. They finished Chamber of Secrets, and the younger niece who doesn't like to read so much, she's been enjoying the movies. So there's two different media. There's two different media where they can enjoy what I liked about Harry Potter in different ways. And it's can't wait. Prisoner of Azkaban is one of the best books of the. Well, I mean, there's only seven, so there's not much choice. But Prisoner of Azkaban is my second favorite book. My favorite book is definitely Order of the Phoenix. But in terms of movies, Prisoner of Azkaban is definitely up there. I believe Chamber of Secrets is my favorite movie out of the seven. Deathly Hollows, it's the finale, so they kind of drag it on. But I don't think they did a bad job. They did a pretty decent job of concluding the series, even though it took forever. But that's just how it rolls sometimes. But yeah, it was good to chat about something that I was super into, super passionate with my niece, and it's it was really nice having that conversation because I guess I don't know, like it feels nice when as the older figure, you're super into something, and then it's someone that you deeply care for, someone that you've been helping take care of for a while. um you know they just go on and really appreciate something that was a big part of your childhood. There's really no other feeling to that, if that makes sense. Having someone who has the same interest and passion, and someone you're caring for. It's almost like a if you're a dad, and you're super passionate about, or basketball or soccer or video games like Pokemon or something, and then your kid, you never know how your kid's gonna turn out, but all of a sudden they like the same things that you do, and you can talk about it, you can build bonds together, chatting about that, and really having a different connection, and it's just different, it's nice to know that you weren't crazy when you were younger, and that there are people who are gonna appreciate it, not in the same way, but they still appreciate it, and it's pretty refreshing. It's really nice to know that I'm not alone on my Potterhead craze when I was younger, but I hopefully you people a lot of us have hobbies that may not be seen as sexy or interesting or popular. And honestly, there are probably some hobbies where I may or may not make fun of you, but in the end of the day, if you enjoy what you're doing and you're not harming anyone, it's something to take pride in, right? And it hurts when no one else really understands you or gives you the light of day to explain, what makes it so exciting and stuff like that. So, hopefully, you are able to feel the happiness that I felt when my niece told me that she started reading Harry Potter. She was watching Harry Potter, and we were able to have like an hour long conversation about it. It's a feeling that I do want other people to feel, especially if you're in a hobby or in a craze that's not seen as normal or interesting. And I like to value people and their hobbies, as long as it's not harming anyone. I've definitely met some people who are I'm just like, you might want to get a different hobby, but this is not the case, right? But then again, you can take it too far. A lot of people are mad at J.K. Rowling, and I the type of person that tries to differentiate the art and the artist, but to a certain degree. And then I think with Rowling, she's like a turf or something. I don't know. I You can hate me all you want, but I'm still gonna enjoy Harry Potter because that series defined a lot of my childhood. Right? There's a lot of shows that define my childhood, but I would read the Order of the Phoenix. I spent one whole year reading it every day. I really, really liked that book. Um, I just have no words. I really, really enjoyed Order of the Phoenix, and still one of my favorite books out there in general. Not that I have a huge collection of books to uh, really give a good sample size, but maybe it's because it is my childhood. I have a bias towards it, but I enjoyed it. Anyways, yeah, that's all. Just wanted to chat about this. I've been meaning to chat for a while, and hopefully y'all are able to find that in your lives, and find that joy that you're able to share with someone. And it really hits different when it's someone you've been caring for, someone that you treat as your own. I definitely treat my nieces as if they were my own daughters. Of course, there are boundaries to that, but I can't parent them or discipline them the same way their parents can. I can't force them to do certain things, without permission from their parents, stuff like that. There are definitely boundaries because they're not my own children, and even if they were your own children, you still have to have like a good level of boundaries, a lot of sensibilities. But the yeah, it's really nice. It makes you, I don't know, I can't describe the feeling, but it does make you a lot happier, and I'm glad that my life has been going on the positive ever since I started the three jobs, and I'm just gonna have to keep it going and see where all this takes me. All right, thank you very much. Later days.